Hi everybody, here I am in my studio and I'm going to show you how to make a basic bead just from the beginning. Start from, the very starting of the torch. So I'm not going to add a whole bunch of technical stuff here because that's not that interesting, but let's just watch how a basic bead gets made, okay? So first I'm going to turn on my oxygen concentrator and that's going to make a low rumbling. I have a dual source system here. My torch, which is right here, it takes propane and oxygen, so it gets really, really hot. It's a real powerful hot torch. And I'm sorry, no, I don't know the name of it. And I have a super duper oxygen concentrator, and no, I don't know the name of that either. I'm not going to turn on my ventilation because it makes too much noise. So here we go. Oxygen concentrator on. Up under my workbench. Probably heard that kick on. And then, very important, not your fashion eyewear. No, got to put these on, and that protects my eyes from the glare of the molten glass. Now let's get the torch going. First we turn on, oh, there goes the propane, and here comes the oxygen. And I basically use an Italian glass, transparent and opaque. So I have the transparent glass in many, many colors. I have the opaque glass in many, many colors. There's a red, you can imagine, tons of colors. So right now, oops, let me get my flame adjusted. I'm going to stick this mustard opaque in the torch and start getting it hot. And then from the last video, you remember that we have a steel mandrel here with stuff on it. Looks like I stuck it in a gray cake batter. And that's the bead release. That's so this molten glass does not stick to the steel mandrel. Now my left hand may get in the view of the bead for a little bit, but it'll be okay. So you can see already the glass is bending. Yes, it's molten there, and you can see up here it's not. So at the middle point here, oh, wow, see? That's why you don't just stick cold glass in the torch. Well, that was a little exciting. So let's start again. I dance it in and out of the flame like this so that doesn't happen. And you don't shock the cold glass. And then I'm also at the same time, now this is where you really can't see, but what I'm doing is heating up that bead release. And it's going to go from a dull gray cake batter to a bright, hot cake batter. I think you can see that right there, the glow of that. Yes. So when you've got your mandrel glowing in the left hand and your bead all drippy and molten in the right hand, you start to put them together. And you just pull the molten glass. You can see that with my left hand, I'm turning, 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 turning. Trying to keep my hand out of the way here. So you know what I'm going to do just for the sake of the video? I could make this a lot bigger by adding more molten glass, but let me just do this so you can see what I'm doing here. And I know you've got the glare of the torch, so you really can't see it. But there's the glowing glass. And then you just heat it, and of course, it's all about temperature control. If I got the glass too hot, it would not round into this bead. It would drip off the mandrel like butter. But this is just a nice little bead. Now this is just a one color bead. It's a basic bead body. It would be mustard yellow when it cools down. And that's about it. There is your basic little one color bead. Now I didn't put any dots on it. I didn't put any decoration on it. This is how most of your beads start. And then I can get it back in the torch. As long as it doesn't cool I think I can take it out of the torch for a minute, get it back in the torch, and it won't hurt it. And I have a number of tools here to help me shape this bead if I wanted to do, you know, whatever while it's molten. You know, look at that. You can flatten it on either side, and there all of a sudden I have a, wasn't that a cute little shape? Oh my. There's a little, I don't even know what that shape is. Kind of a, it's a flattened smushed beads is what it is. And so it's flat now. I put it back in the torch, and that glass is going to heat up again. It's going to round up, and it's going to become again a fat round bead. But we're not going to do that. This is enough for the first basic bead session.